Hi, I'm Jessica. I'm the founder of Host to Transform, and my passion is connecting people by removing the threshold for people to connect with one another. So often it's because you may be busy or you're in a different mindset. Worst case, you're in a tunnel vision as an entrepreneur, or you have your biasness in terms of who that might be a competitor. I don't want to talk with this person because I don't want to know how good they are. Doesn't matter. I would love to also help myself and also help others by really connecting and you do not, as an entrepreneur, do not longer have to deal with challenges that can be overcome if you simply collaborate and are open for other ideas that might help you.
Right. And so you give sessions which are called Host to Transform. Can you tell us what is Host to Transform?
Host to Transform started out with me working at Meet Berlage, Seeds to Meet Amsterdam, as one of the entrepreneurs working here. And one day I thought, gosh, it's actually really awesome. I can work here for free without paying any fee, no membership fee at all. You can use Wi-Fi, you can drink coffee. There's a marvelous lunch for really little money, and all these great people here. What can I do back? What can I do in return? Because I didn't feel it was in balance. There was no equilibrium, so to speak. So one day I just started to do some exercises with some people just before the lunch started, which I had learned from improvisation theater, which were really basic exercises, not really difficult to execute. And I saw that it worked amazingly. People started to laugh, connect with each other. There was no threshold anymore to connect. It really legitimized people to connect and feel open and honest about what they're doing and their insecurities as an entrepreneur. So there was no ego in the equation. And I think it was a moment I realized, wow, in this context of a co-work space, it's really brilliant to use these kind of skills and to use some exercises in which people can ask each other, how can I help you? So they're already inclined to help one the other by sharing their skills, knowledge and networks that they already have. It's already there in your system. It's an abundance of skills actually, and you can easily give people those skills or some networks or some ideas, and another person can give something, well, not even in return, but can give his or her skills, knowledge and networks. And this is called a-synchronical networking, which sounds maybe difficult, but it's just, hey, how can I help you? Hey, you cannot help me, maybe your neighbor can, or maybe your brother, or maybe your co-founder, or whoever. And if you cannot help me, no worries, there's 10 other people in this room, and I'm sure somebody else can help me or give me an idea where to find the knowledge I'm lacking. And you do the same for others. So, and the amazing thing is, simply by helping a person, it doesn't feel that somebody is, like eating your knowledge away, or you feel abused because you don't get anything in return. It actually really feels great to help someone, to empower this person, and at the same moment you're actually becoming an expert because you're sharing your expertise in a certain area of knowledge or skills or networks. So suddenly you have this expertise that you were not even aware of that you were actually holding, which is really great as well.
Good. And what can people expect if they participate in your training?
Exactly. I also have trainings. What I love to do is not hold the knowledge and skills for myself. I would like to share this by training people to enable them to give those Host to Transform sessions in co-work spaces and even in companies if there's some team building element needed and they want to exchange knowledge what is already in the space and unleash innovation. There are all reasons for those sessions to be necessary. So what people can expect when they enroll, you can do this on the website. You do not pay the market price, it's only which is €300, but you actually pay €75 for 6-hour training, and after that you're able to to provide these sessions independently in a co-workspace or within your team of corporations, of entrepreneurs, or in your organization. And the rest, the 75%, that you don't pay in money, you can pay in social capital, which can be either your professional network, it could be your expertise that I'm lacking, or this could even be developing with me the Host Transform label, so it becomes even more sleek, more professional, more easy for people to have access to, so we can actually upskill the impact we make. Yeah.
Okay.
It's 2 days of sessions, twice it's 3 hours in the evening. Now we plan to schedule one in Amsterdam and another will be in Utrecht. But in the future I can go to Groningen, to Maastricht, doesn't matter. Even I will go to Berlin next month. So it depends the demand where I'm heading for. And after a while you might even give those trainer sessions.
Yeah. And you already gave the trainings quite a few times. And could you tell us something about the impact? So how did the people experience the training, and what did they say was the outcome for them?
Yeah, that's pretty interesting, because I'm all the time surprised every time again when I provide these trainings to people to enable them to give these sessions. So the impact of the sessions itself is that people realize what their expertise is, and that it's actually useful for people to know. So it empowers them, and it also gives it activates the community in a co-workspace, which is really interesting. At the moment there's still people chit-chatting in the lounge here in Berlage, just because Jeltje and I just gave a session, 15 minutes, that's only to reconnect them and give one and the other this kind of gun factor, right? To like each other and to work with each other, or at least to get rid of your judgments. So that's in terms of the session. But then what is the impact of the trainings? Well, first of all, you are able to give these sessions. And second of all, what I realized and never really noticed on forehand is that people join these trainings, Host Transform, they actually transform themselves also a little bit. Not only professionally, because you get an extra toolkit to provide these trainings, you get some techniques that you were not even aware of they existed, and in which context you can use them. So you also get a little bit of storytelling and framework, how you can actually translate it to the workspace and people are with you, etc. How to deal with resistance. If people do not want to join the sessions, what do you do without being pushy? But also, what about dealing with the resistance within yourself? Because it's pretty scary sometimes. People working just before the lunch, you want to give a Host Transform session, but you do not really get the attention. People do not even know what the impact is. So it's kind of emerging knowledge. You have to advocate to them, like, hey, listen, you have to join this because it's really cool and will help you. They were like, yeah, right. What is this kind of a marketing speech? So I think that's also really helpful in those trainings. We try to help you, and also the team itself. It's not only me talking, to help one and the other. How can we make our own storytelling natural as possible, that really resonates with the person who you are and with your skills and expertises, to also get people engaged in those sessions. I think that's also a big impact. And the third one is, instead of empowering yourself, it's also, you might even generate business out of this, because after a while, when you do enough sessions and we keep on training you, you can also provide these sessions in company. So, and then of course you get a good salary out of this. And 20% will go to the label of Host Transform to keep it, the development going as a product and as a service, and also business-wise. So this could all be extra benefits that would be possible to gain off. And of course you have maybe a lot of ideas that I not even have thought about before. So I'm more than happy to hear your opinion, where this, what the next step should be.
Okay, interesting. Maybe one more question about the trainings themselves, because I'm curious about how you developed the training and what is the base of the training.
The base?
In the sense of like what kind of practices, where did they come from, and how did you develop them into Host to Transform?
Yeah, good question. There's actually 3 groups. One group is often that enroll for these training sessions to be able to provide a session themselves in the co-work space. They're often operators working at a co-work space. For example, Seats to Meet. Are really surprised by this training, the impact. In 15 minutes you can connect everyone in their space, activate the community. So those operators are really inclined to actually join those sessions, or they send some of their people working for them or with them to join these. Secondly, there are co-workers themselves that are in the space and find the session super interesting and would like to give something back to Seats to Meet as well, or they want to obtain those skills in general. So this is also a group. A third group is also the people that are entrepreneurs and maybe work for a corporation or in another kind of setting where people work on the individual projects and on a collective project in which you actually need this overspill of knowledge and skills to connect. So they're also really enthusiastic to join and bring it back to their workspace and see if they can scale this impact up.
Okay.
If that's English. If you can upskill this impact.
All right. Like one more question. If I sign up for the training, so do I need to bring pen and paper and will write down a lot of things, or is the training something else?
No, not at all. Why would you ask this? No, it's no, definitely not. My mantra. Sorry, stigma. My mantra is really doing is the best way of thinking. So during the training, you will do a lot. You will experience yourself. Like I said, it will be a little bit of a transition, of transformation. You will experience for yourself because you will go through the flow of those sessions. As a participant at that stage, and after that, from a meta level, so to speak, we will ask you as a potential trainer, hey, what happened with you when you were doing these exercises? What did you feel? How can it help you on individual level? What's the impact on a social level? What happened with the group? But also what happens if you imagine those sessions to be offered in a community, like on a daily basis? What will happen with this community or even a society? What will be the spin-off? So this is an example of that. I really ask you the open questions to think for yourself. What's in it for you? Because I want to know, simply because I want to serve you as much as I can, and I want you to be engaged with the whole process of Host to Transform being developed. So I can give some guesses, you being a professional working for Unilever, what it could be could be in there for you, but maybe you come up with some new details that I haven't really realized. So it's also your individual process. And there's no pen and paper, maybe for one exercise. You have to harvest some impact. Also, all the things that I'm describing and modeling and whatever, I will share it with you on the Google Drive. So it's all open source. Furthermore, also important, there's a Facebook group for now, but in the future this will be a more advanced platform, I think, which is a peer-to-peer group. There's already 30 people in there. And what's a peer-to-peer group, Facebook group? It's actually practitioners of Host to Transform sessions. Everyone that ever gave a session or is interested actually to give one of these sessions, to help one in the other. Like yesterday, Lenneke from Seats to Meet Utrecht posted, oh, this exercise, it's called horse riding, I don't even know what it entails, worked really well. Here's the link, here you can see what this whole exercise entails and how you can pull it off to give it yourself. And other people give other ideas. A friend of mine filmed one of his sessions with Google Glass, and now we have a perfect session filmed, internally used of course, for internal use, to actually see how he deals with the session, which went really well, and I gave some feedback so others can learn from that too. So it's a really self-learning platform.
Nice. Okay. Well, I'm convinced. So, what should I do to sign up?
You can go to, for now it's still www.knowledgeactivator.com. Here you can see the registration form. It's in English and in Dutch. I can give it in 2 languages, depends on the group. Maybe one day in Spanish too, but let's take things first as they come. Yeah, for now, in the future it will be hosttotransform.com, but for now it's knowledgeactivator.com. Yeah, or write me an email, which is jessica@knowledgeactivator.com, and I can answer your questions or have a phone call. And if you're not convinced yet, which is also fine, maybe you're interested in joining a session, so you're not providing one, but join one at Seeds to Meet, Utrecht, Eindhoven, Groningen, Amsterdam, of course, and Amersfoort. There on a weekly basis there will be Host to Transform sessions we hold, so you can just join one as a participant. You do not pay anything, you just join the session 15 minutes before the lunch break, and you can experience the impact yourself and make up your mind if you trigger to provide these sessions yourself.
Nice. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.